Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking to you here in my bedroom in the great state of Kansas. And I'm making this video on some very sad news that I saw this morning when I woke up and saw that Mr. Glen Hansard has passed away. Died from a motorcycle crash early this morning in Ireland. 56 years old. And if you don't know Glen Hansard, he's an Irish singer, songwriter. He's best known for being in the movie Once with Markéta Glova, and then they formed a duo called the Swell Season, and they made 3 albums together. Before that, he was even in a band called The Frames in Ireland, and they made some albums together, and I guess more probably popular back there than they were in the United States. Man, he was one of the greatest singer-songwriters I've ever heard. I absolutely loved his voice. He had one of the most incredible vocal ranges I've ever heard from a performer. Also, just incredible passion in his voice when he sang. You really felt the lyrics of what he was singing, and he was able to hit incredible high notes with such fierceness that I don't know. He's one of the best singers I've ever heard. Like, I've never heard anybody sound quite like Glen Hansard. Absolutely incredible. First time I heard him, I was like, wow, this guy is an amazing singer. Also a very good guitar player and great songwriter as well. Just everything is so good about this guy. Somebody I've been following since 2007 when I first saw the movie Once in the movie theater. I kind of found out about it because I was watching Ebert and Roper back in the day doing movie reviews, and they reviewed the movie Once that was coming out, and Roper loved it, and he gave a really great review of the movie and said that it's one of the best modern musicals of our time. And I love musicals, and I remember them showing a clip from the movie of Glen Hansard and Markéta Glova in the movie, the big scene where they're singing the song Falling Slowly, which they end up winning an Oscar for that song, for Best Song. And I remember first time hearing Falling Slowly, I was like, this song is amazing. It's one of my favorite movie songs, probably my favorite song coming from a movie ever. In fact, I'll show, I got the Once movie soundtrack here. There's Glen Hansard right there, and then Markéta Glova that he stars in with her. And incredible soundtrack. I absolutely love this soundtrack. Maybe the best thing, almost would say the best thing maybe these two have done together. Amongst even their 3 albums they've done together are really all great. But this has some absolutely amazing songs in it, including Falling Slowly, like I said. Is definitely, if you haven't heard that one, definitely got to listen to that one. That one, so amazing, but so many great things, like the big one, kind of when your mind's made up, kind of big on the movie, but even like Lies is amazing. Leave, All the Way Down, and Say It To Me Now opens up the movie, and you hear how good his vocals are and how great he is at really, being powerful and passionate in his singing anyways. But yeah, I happened to go see this movie when it came out, I think around 2007. I'm pretty sure I was right. It's a little murky when all that came out, but I believe it was around 2007 it came out. And I happened to have a movie theater in Wichita that played this movie because it was kind of more an indie movie, very low budget. Directed by John Carney, who was in the band The Frames with Glen Hansard, and he'd go on to direct a lot of other movies. I think just this last year he directed a movie with Paul Rudd and Jonas, or one of the Jonas Brothers. I'm forgetting the name of the movie, but I know he just came out with one. But anyways, I went and saw it. Luckily, I found that theater that played some of these limited releases here in Wichita. It's not there anymore, unfortunately, so you can find the ones that play just more of the mainstream movies. But it was kind of cool. I went and saw it because it was only on for a very short time, I think, here in Wichita, close to where I live. And I went and saw it and loved it, really loved Once. It's like one of my favorite movies. And I've watched that movie so many times. I never get tired of it. And a lot of it's because of the music. The stories, I think, is pretty good, too. And it's interesting, Glen Hansard and Markéta Glova aren't actors. Yeah, it was their first acting role for both of them. And I thought they did a really good job anyways. And it's a really good movie. And yeah, the music's incredible, all that. And just so incredible that they do this movie together, and then Glen Hansard and Makeda Glover end up dating in real life after they're going like on pressing tours, I think, and they end up going around, of course, singing songs from the movie. And while then they start dating, they even made a documentary called The Swell Season about their touring and how they kind of dated, and then they broke up after the touring or some point. Anyways, unfortunately. But it's kind of interesting how the movie kind of related to real life with them dating and all that. Also, when they made the movie, they came out with their first album called The Swell Season. They just called themselves Glen Hansard and Makeda Glover, and the name of the album's called The Swell Season. And after they made this album, they decided to change their name to The Swell Season, I guess, which is, a lot easier to say than say, so-and-so from Glen Hansard and Makeda Glover, but just to call them a kind of group name, The Swell Season, named off this album. And this album has mostly songs from the movie Once, so it's kind of, redundant, kind of, but actually the music on here is, or the takes on here are slightly different. Like they took different takes of the songs than they did in the movie, but still has, Falling Slowly. Yeah, I'd say Falling Slowly is on here, so you still get their big hit off there, and some other really good stuff anyways. But yeah, excellent album. That's Glen Hansard, of course, there on the cover. So that was around 2007. They won the Oscar for it, and then they worked on their next album pretty soon afterwards. In 2009, they came out with their second album called Strict Joy by Swell Season. And I remember when I was so excited, I was instantly a big fan of theirs, and I was like, man, anytime they put something out, I definitely want to hear it. And back then it was, everything was on iTunes, and so I remember when this album came out, I bought the whole album on iTunes. You can buy the whole album and put it on my iPod, and I listened to the album over and over again, and finally got the actual CD here. But I love this album so much. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. In fact, in my last top 100 favorite albums list, I believe I have it at number 8. It's my 8th favorite album of all time. That's how much I really love this album. Just incredible. Again, I love because he plays acoustic guitar, she plays piano. Again, just a great duo. Love their voices together. Love the songwriting, the melodies. Instrumentation-wise, it's a lot of good stuff. Really good produced album. And so many great songs from here. A lot of people love like In These Arms, Filling the Pool is great. Everything's great. It's hard to just say one or two, but Two Tongues is my favorite song on the album. One of my favorite of theirs, but everything's great. Even Paper Cup, The Rain, The Verb. I mean, it's all incredible music. Love this album so much. Unfortunately, after they broke up, pretty much when they were making this album, they were breaking up as a couple, and so they broke up and they went their separate ways. But they ended up making a musical, a Broadway musical off of the Once soundtrack or Once movie, and it won a bunch of Tonys. And they were there, I remember, together when they won a bunch of Tonys for the musical, which is really cool. And then they went on and did their own solo albums, and I've listened to them like maybe once when they came out, and I can't say I was a fan of either of their solo albums, which is surprising because their albums together is amazing. But I don't know. I remember Glen Hansard had one song off of an album that I really liked. But I'm going to have to go through these again, probably do a deep dive, since it's passing away. And so it sucked because it's like we weren't getting more Swell Season albums, and they only made 2 at that time. And it's like, gosh, I wish they'd come back together, but they just, went off. They each, I think, got married to different people, of course. Makeda Glover, in fact, got married to, I think, a music producer from Iceland, and she moved to Iceland, where she lives now, and she has kids there. And I know he married, and he has a son himself, and I think he had a son late in life. I say late, like in his 40s. Anyway, so they were doing that, and then this video came out where they recorded a song called The Answer Is Yes. Great song. You have to find it on YouTube. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, are they going to get back together and make another album? And they could go on tour. Like, I was so excited when I saw that they did a video together. And they said that they were working on songs together. I was like, okay, so surely they're coming out with an album. and all that, and getting back together and all that. Sure enough, in 2025, they came out with their third and final album now, since he's passed away. No more 12 season album, so this will be the last one. Forward was the name of this, which is a great album name for this, because it seems like 16 years later, after they broke up, they finally got back together for this. I mean, as musicians, they got back together to do another album. I mean, way too long of a time in between albums, 16 years between a duo that I absolutely love and albums I absolutely love. Like, I wish they had 10 albums and not just 3. It kind of sucks that way. But anyway, so they came out with this in 2025. Another really good album. It's funny, the first 3 songs are the best songs on the album. Factory Street Bells, People We Used to Be, and Stuck in Reverse. 3 absolutely amazing songs off here. The whole album, though, I still give it a good score. And obviously, this is a 10 out of 10. I'd say this is 9 out of 10. This is probably 10 out of 10. Soundtrack's definitely 10 out of 10. But just of these 3 albums, I'd probably rank them. Probably this number 1. Strict Joy is my favorite. I'd probably put The Swell Season number 2. And then Forward number 3. But all of them are 9 or 10 out of 10. I mean, they're all amazing albums. Again, love their vocals and the songs they sing anyway. So, and what sucks is that they were going on tour last year, 2025, and they were coming to Kansas City, and I was living in Leavenworth, which is only like 30 minutes from Kansas City. I was pretty close. So they were coming to Kansas City on their tour for this album, and I bought a ticket for the concert immediately when it came out on available. I don't know when I bought it. I might have bought it like in January or something. I bought it like a while ago. I bought the ticket because I really wanted to go. Like, I thought, oh my gosh, I never thought I'd see these two sing live, and that was like a dream of mine, is to see a concert of the Swell Season. Definitely one of my bucket list things, and so I bought a ticket, and I was so excited. Of course, I had to wait a long time anyways, but unfortunately, soon after that, my wife and I separated, and I ended up moving back home with my parents, close to Wichita, and where I am now. And so now I'm 3 hours away from Kansas City instead of being 30 minutes from Kansas City, and I had to get a new job, all these things. So it really sucked because I ended up not going to the concert that I was really looking forward to seeing them, and I had the ticket and everything, and I just couldn't do it. Get a new job, I didn't want to ask, day off when I just started the new job, and it was on like at night, and I had to work at 4:30 in the morning, so it was just, I really wanted to do it, and I tried to think of how I could do it, and I just couldn't figure a way to really be able to manage to drive 3 hours there, go to a concert, that ends, late at night, and then drive 3 hours back home, and then go to work at 4:30 in the morning. It just wasn't possible to me, unfortunately, so I just couldn't go, and so I ended up not going to the concert, and then, of course, now he's passed away, so now I have no chance of ever seeing them in concert, which, God, that really sucks. That really makes me mad when I figured that out. I was like, oh my gosh. I had an opportunity to see them live once, and I didn't get to do it, unfortunately, because of circumstances. But yeah, very sad to hear about his passing. It's definitely one of the most shocking passings. I mean, because only being 56, motorcycle crash. I mean, gosh, what it sucks that he seems like he still has so much more life and so much more music to make. And I'm going to definitely have to go through his music, and really think about it. And these two will never make another album again. Makes me sad. Never get another Swell Season album. This is it. Basically, the complete collection of the Swell Season, basically in these 4 CDs. And I can't highly recommend enough to check them out if you haven't. That's why I want to do this video, because anybody doesn't know them. I talked to them so many times on my channel. I did a whole video on my channel with Adam from What the Gym. We did a whole thing on them as well. So I can't stop talking about them. I really, one of my favorite duos of all time. Anyways, so in homage, commemorating the sad day, I'm going to play a song off of this album called Stuck in Reverse, one of my favorites. My favorite song on this album, one of my favorite songs of theirs. Anyways, to Glen Hansard, R.I.P., so sorry to see you go, and sad day for me. So hopefully this will be a good homage to you, this song that I'm going to cover anyways. Besides that, thanks for watching this video. Comment if you know anything about Glen Hansard or are a fan as well. And I know we're all grieving today for Glen Hansard. So thank you. My love, can we go backwards, back to the days before the going got rough? I know there's no going back now. I tried to move on, but I got stuck in reverse. So go, there's a world of changes, so many bridges still to get over, Rubicon still to cross. And I'll be picking up the pieces long after you left and long after you're gone. I know there's no getting over this, try as I must. I tried to drink to forget, it only makes it worse. Can we go backwards, back to the days before the wheels came off? I know there's no going back now. I tried to move forward, but I'm stuck in reverse. I see little lights go changing, green to orange. Every time you say that's enough, clouds come gathering and the sky starts falling. You're jamming up the circuits, there's water in the wires, my love. Can we go backwards, back to the days before the wheels came off? I know there's no going back now. I tried to move on, but I got stuck in reverse. So go, there's a world worth seeing, so many doors just waiting to open and greet you. So go, with good wishes and my blessings, take it as you find it. You're free now as a bird, go on. I'll know I'll get over this, trying I must. I'm not looking down, no, I'm not pushing my luck. Can we go backwards, back to the days before the wheels came off? I know there's no going back now. I tried to move on, but I got stuck in reverse.